Hey, welcome to another video, number 5 in the series of How is Blank in Crucible League. We are taking a look at incursions, aka Alva missions. Just a quick note here, I'm working towards partnership, so if you like the content, please subscribe as it will help me out greatly. Thanks. So quick intro for the mechanic, Alva will show up in your maps randomly, or you can force her to show up if you use the master mission in the map device, or use a sextant. Inside maps, she'll open up a portal to a room inside of a temple where you can either upgrade the room or swap it into another one. Basically, for which room to go for, you are just looking for 2 specific rooms, Doriani's Institute and Locus of Corruption. Doriani's is used to double corrupt gems to try to get level 21 Vaal gems, or 21-23, or technically have a higher chance of hitting +1 gem level corrupt, because it's like hitting the gem with 2 Vaal orbs at once. Locus of Corruption is used to gamble items away in order to attempt to get double corrupt implicits on an item, as seen in many PoE content creators' videos of viewer gambles. 12 Alva encounters and maps leads to her creating a temple, in which you can itemize it and sell it on trade. As a general strategy, I would just read the bottom architect to see if it'll swap into Corruption Chamber or GEMCUTTER'S Workshop. If you don't see either of those, kill the top architect. How the temple chooses which room you are going to is random, but it will not choose a room that is already upgraded to level 3. So if you already have a GEMCUTTER'S or a Corruption Chamber, but they're still at level 1 or 2, you want to upgrade other rooms to level 3 so that it is more likely that the temple will choose to go into the more desirable rooms. Looking at the points for Alva on the Atlas tree, we have 3 nodes that I think are super important if you are looking to just make temples: Artifacts of the Vaal, Resource Reallocation, and Contested Development. For the other 3 nodes, the Perpetual Search node is nice for just sustaining Alva missions. Time Dilation is okay if you need the extra time to clear out the encounter, but isn't really necessary. And Vaal Oligarchs doesn't seem that great, but it was only a single point on the Atlas tree for my tree to take it, so I just took it. If you need the point somewhere else, I wouldn't take it personally. If you are using Alva for a strat to increase the amount of mobs you are killing, like something like Delirium, I would probably either not take any points or just take Artifacts of the Vaal to get 4 encounters instead of 3. Also, for this video and future videos, I'm increasing the amount of maps I do to 56 in order to standardize the 2 boss invitations I get, because some data could get skewed if I got 1 or 2 invitations. So, if we were centering a strategy around creating Alva temples, I thought we should just speed map. Take mechanics that can be done very fast, do all the temples, kill the boss, and get out. I didn't really accomplish that goal. I'll show you the Atlas tree that I used, but I'll tell you what I would change about the strategy at the end of the video. Okay, so taking a look at the Atlas tree, I could have done something similar to my Metamorph video and just took all the Metamorph nodes, but I wanted to try something different, and I hadn't touched Harbinger since the Exalt to Divine swap, so I thought this was a good time to try it out. So in order to facilitate speed mapping, most of the left side of the tree is the same as my Metamorph video. So I take Essence, I take Heist Caches. I dropped this node because no one really cares about high value or precious targets, but everything else should be about the same. And then we're going to take this Cryptic Gateway to the right side in order to take Harbingers and Strong Boxes. Now, I don't take this node because I took the Sextant that corrupted the Strong Boxes, but if you don't want to run the Sextant, you can always take this. And then I come through the middle, grab the last couple Harbinger nodes, and then came up here and grabbed these 2 Strong Box nodes. So moving into the mapping showcase, I'm going to do the mapping showcase a little bit differently this time. The map overall isn't that complicated. You just open up ambush, strong boxes, you kill harbingers, go through the map normally. I'm mostly just going to clip out each individual temple and just say my thought process through creating the temples, basically. Here are the Sextants. Take Alva Temple, Searing Exarch, Essence on the map device, and then these Scarabs. Okay, so coming up to the first temple, the first thing I do is just check the layout. we see we have one gem cutter and one corruption chamber. So basically when you have corruption chamber and gem cutter already on your map device, you don't have to read anything. You're just gonna fight the top mini boss all the time. When you don't have corruption chamber or gem cutter, you would check the bottom. So you can also push V inside the temple to check the layout. You would check the bottom architect to see if it would change it to a corruption chamber or a gem cutter's workshop, as those two are the only rooms that really anybody cares about right now. And basically the reasoning is that since we take the one Atlas node that gives us a chance to increase the level of rooms by 2, the actual temple is not going to give you the option to go back to a level 3 room. So by pushing a room to level 3, we take it out of the options that it would give you to go to. So see, we got gem cutters here. We're just going to basically hope for a 40% chance to see if we can get the level 2 increase, or like the double increase. Sorry, kill the boss. For these stones, I would just open up any which way. Just make sure they are all connected somehow. Really, you don't want to get to the situation where you have a Doriani's or a Locus of Corruption that's not connected to the map. And then you can always check at the end. We did not get the 40% chance. Nope, we hit Locus of Corruption, or the Corruption Chamber, so we just go up. Kill this guy, hope we hit the 40% chance. It's pretty lucky that we got both the Corruption Chamber and gem cutters on our opening layout. And we did not hit the 40% chance again, so we're just gonna have to hope that we see those rooms again. If we see them again, it's 100% chance to go up to level 3, so that is what we are going to look for. Just always kill the top one. It doesn't really matter what you add to the temple aside from Corruption Chamber and gem cutters, so okay, we're in map number 2. Once again, we didn't hit gem cutters or corruption chamber, so we're just gonna kill the top one. The icon just bugged out there. And technically there's some moss still left over, but continue to open paths whenever possible. Nope. And we hit the gem cutter, so we will go up here. And now we just complete all our maps. At this point, we're guaranteed, I think, 150 C. For the last temple of this map, ooh, we hit Corruption Chamber, so I think we just got both of them. And everything's connected. Yep, everything is connected, so we don't really have to pay attention to exits anymore. So we come up here, kill the boss. And with that, we have both Locus and Doriani's. So really the last map of what's it called? Incursion doesn't really matter at all. I can just blast through them. I could even just go into the Incursion and just leave. You immediately, it wouldn't mess with the profit of the map at all. But I will just do it for principle, I guess.
Just in time. Ah, there you are.
Okay, we're in map number 3 here.
Hello, exile.
Just like I said earlier, you don't really have to read these once you have Locust or Doriani's, but
The more you kill,
Just-
the more you... Let's go.
just kill the top one. That's really all it comes down to. Kill everything in here, kill the top one. Maybe go out of your way to kill the Flesh Merchant. Make sure you kill the Flesh Merchant, what I meant to say. Oh, I think he's still around here somewhere. Once again, we're just gonna kill the top one. This is what you're going to be doing mostly for all the incursions. You're just going to mostly be killing the top one. Only time you go to the bottom one is if you see Corruption Chamber or GEMCUTTER'S.
Oh, there you are. Ready?
2 more to go. I should be jump cutting everywhere when I edit this. And the last one. Just put it around. Enter. Like I said, you don't really have to read. And then you're gonna come here to Alva and make sure you hit this button down here, Take Temple Chronicle. This will itemize the temple. And as you see with Locus of Corruption and Doriani's Institute, let me just move this over to the trade website. Filter it to only show Chaos Orb buyout prices, and 165, 170, 180. It looks like it'll sell for about this area, 195, 200 Chaos. Like, it's probably a quick sell at like 180, but you can probably get it sold for like 195. Here is the loot for 56 maps of the strategy, tons of heist contracts and essences, and a bit of bubblegum currency along with the Alva temples. Here is the Excellence tab, and after adding in maps and temples, our total income comes to about 40.6 divines. Now for the investment I put into these maps, I put a Polished Divination, Cartographers, Harbinger, and Ambush Scarab on every map, along with these Sextants, which brings the investment to about 8 divines. So our total profit comes out to be 32 divines, which doesn't seem too bad, except with the amount of juice we were putting on these maps took a bit too long to complete. Maybe it was me streaming and interacting with people in chat during the maps, maybe it was waiting around for all the Harbingers. I don't really know what the culprit was, but in 5 hours of streaming, I completed 36 maps. So each map took about 8 minutes on average to clear. So the strategy took me probably around 7-ish hours to run 56 maps, which brings our profit per hour to 4.5 divines an hour, which is not bad per se, but isn't that great. Now for what I would change. I would change the map I ran to City Square, as the layout is better for speed mapping. I would probably actually cut all the strongbox nodes and put in the metamorph stuff from last video. Definitely cut the Polished Divination Scarabs. I dropped a single 7 Years Bad Luck as the only good div card drop, and these Divination Scarabs are pretty expensive. The Strongbox Sextant is probably also too expensive for what it does without the Enraged Strongbox Sextant along with it. Alva itself is very profitable, and while you break temples sometimes, as long as you have the 2 nodes near the quant wheel, those should be few and far between. To put it in perspective, out of our 40.6 divine income we received in the strategy, a quarter of it, 10.4 divines, come from Alva alone. And it was basically completely free to run as long as you had the master missions. Harbinger was okay, not amazing, but not horrible, but made less profit than Alva. Also, if you watched the last video, the Essence Sextant is not that good. I would not run it. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks. Previous videos will be in the description. I think we're doing bestiary next. I'm also leveling heist rogues just in case. I don't want to do heist. Thanks for all your guys' support. We crossed 400 subscribers and it's not seeming to stop, so I won't stop making videos. Like if you liked the video, let me know your guys' thoughts and suggestions in the comments down below. Thanks!